friends, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we're looking into a specific no contact and or separation situation. What is our next move towards you? And I've got two piles for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is Tarot of the Witch's Garden, and pile number two is Tarot Disassembled. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If one pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both piles' messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today. But I do hope that at least one of the piles' messages do resonate. Please be careful of scammers. I would never reach out to you asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading. So just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin. Hi pile one, for those of you who chose Tarot of the Witch's Garden, this is going to be your reading, alright? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies, so close your eyes. Think of your person, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Alrighty, pile one, specifically for a no contact and or separation situation, what is your person's next move? Okay, we have the Five of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Three of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Wands, the Tower, Justice, and we have the Page of Swords. Okay. I also have your Oracle cards. We're going to get into that as well. We have 5959 with Destiny. We have Obscured. We have Iris. And we have Stargazer Lily with Surrender. Yes, a lot about surrender energy coming through with your person. This person may have, I guess I will say, may have been very closed off to this connection at one point in time. I would not be surprised if this person has been very harsh with you, especially when things were starting to get deeper, and you may have thought that this person was being harsh to you because they didn't care about you or because they didn't want to be with you, but it looks like this person did want something deeper, but they didn't trust what was going on between the two of you. With the Three of Pentacles, I think that this person has had a lot of time on their own to rebuild their thought process about this connection. There's a lot about spiritual guidance that's coming through in your reading, particularly pile one. So I would not be surprised if this person stumbled upon maybe, I guess I would even go as far to say maybe some YouTube video on relationships. You know, just it would have been very out of the blue for this person. But it looks like they've started to go on that path, and they're starting to rebuild their perception about connections, and more importantly, starting to rebuild their own inner wounds regarding connections, regarding romantic relationships. Now, with respect to Justice and Tower coming out, I think that there was a lot of imbalance in this connection. Like, even if you were with this person, I think that you were always the one pushing this connection forward. Every time there was a block or some kind of resistance from your person, I think that you were the one to compromise all the time. And I think that that might have also led to a lot of frustration for you over a long period of time. I also would not be surprised if this person was the one to cause the no contact between the two of you, because the way the energy is coming through is you have done your best in this connection. You know, as much as you've wanted this to move forward. You've always understood where your person was coming from. You've always, I guess I would say, also put their needs above yours. Sometimes I see that energy coming through. There's a massive imbalance in the connection just before it went to no contact. And I think that maybe this person was expecting you to reach out, or there might have been maybe other aspects of this person's life teaching them that if they truly want to be in a healthy connection, there needs to be equal give and take. There needs to be balance. This person might this person might even have been shown a healthy relationship, kind of shifting them in their thought process. Maybe this person thought, okay, well, a healthy relationship doesn't exist, or I'm not the kind of person who would give up my needs for someone else. I think that this person had a very different perception of what a romantic connection is, like a healthy romantic connection, or even thought that it didn't exist. But there might have been someone in this person's life showing them what a healthy connection actually looks like in real life. It's about collaborating, not always, just compromising. And it's not about giving up your needs. It's about learning how to blend together with someone else's and, honoring their needs as well as yours. There's like two tracks that are going together. That's the energy that's coming through. And I think that all of this information was kind of blocked to your person. I also think that maybe your connection needed to go through that cycle of your person taking it for granted, so that in the future they will realize what they have and realize that they need to step up. And possibly on your end, Palawan, it's you probably had to go through this cycle in order for you to understand your needs, your self-worth, stick to your self-worth, to stand by what you deserve, And I think that might have been a lesson on your end with respect to this connection. On your person's end, it's kind of like everything that they thought about a healthy relationship is now crumbling down because their perception of it was very, very unhealthy. Now they're starting to understand what a genuine, healthy, heart-to-heart connection actually is. And that by itself is motivating your person to come forward, to talk to you, to let you know that they've actually changed their understanding, that they're being a lot more open to this connection than they were before. I would expect communication from this person. It seems to be a little bit fast moving because I think that the realization that this person's had was pretty big and pretty sudden. I don't think that either of you were expecting, but at the same time, it's coming from a grounded place. Like with destiny coming through, with surrender and wisdom, Isis coming through, I feel that your person, the knowledge that they have gained, even if it might have been a short period of time, it's deep and it was meant to come through at this point in time. There's a sense of destiny definitely coming through. I think that there might have been divine orchestration with the Tower. I feel like that's very similar energies coming through, and even with surrender coming through as well. Yeah, I think all of them have the same energy. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, hey, everything's connecting, because I think that it is, I don't know if you can see this also. Can you see this symbol over here? Yeah, that's coming through as well. All right. Anyway, that's a little bit of synchronicity coming through. Okay, anyway. I would expect communication from this person, and it probably might not be very eloquent. It probably may be, this person coming through telling you that they have something to say, and then might be a little bit all over the place, because I think that consistent thought flow has not yet happened with your person, but they're going to try. They're going to try their best to let you know that they understand they've been taking this connection for granted, and they've been through a change in their life that has led them to this understanding, and it's coming from a grounded place. Whatever was obscured, like whatever was covered at one point about healthy relationships, your person's understanding about it, all of that has been removed, and your person has been actively working on their new perspective. They might also have started to imagine how that would look like with you as well. So there is a new beginning of sorts coming through for the two of you. Seems to be fast energy, fast moving energy, and it actually seems to be coming from a grounded place. This person has received the spiritual guidance that they needed in order to be an equal partner in this connection. All right, so you might be surprised that this person's coming in, because I think that there might have been a certain level of surrender on your end, thinking that, okay, this person's never going to change, or it's never going to work out. So why am I, constantly giving so much of my energy to this? And you might have stayed away. This person's coming in. Pawan, that's all I'm saying. This person's coming in. You might be very shocked about it, but just know that a lot of things have shifted in their life in order to bring them to this place. And you've had help. You've had divine help, all right? Actually, you and your person, but more so you, because your person's starting to understand how much you've given to this connection. And that by itself is motivating them to step up for you and for this connection. So it's kind of like they want to empower themselves. They also want to empower you. Any advice or message? Yeah, it might be a very impulsive reaching out with the devil coming out. I did feel that energy already. It might be impulsive. It might be when they are intoxicated as well. Would not be surprised if you get like a couple of drunk texts from this person. But that's just, them, whatever they've suppressed is coming out, is coming through. You can choose to entertain it. You can also choose not to entertain it. That completely is on you. You have absolute free will. I do want to say that. But I would expect communication from this person. And it seems to be more 3D communication. Seems to be very impulsive. But just know that whatever has happened is actually coming from a grounded place, even though this person's energy might be a little bit chaotic, a little bit up in the air. Yeah, no, but the wisdom that they've gained, yeah, that's coming from a grounded place. Their communication might not, but their understanding of this situation and understanding how they need to step up for this connection is coming from a grounded place, right? So, of course, always, like I say, trust your intuition, trust where this person is coming from, and see if it aligns with where you are at today. All right, this is where I will leave you for today. Pawan, I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you were looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. I can check the details in the description box below. But if this is where you'd like to leave me, then just want to say thank you so much for all your love and positive energy, whether it's with the like, share, subscribe, comments, the tips that I send, and watching my page ads. Those are the ways that I feel your love and positive energy, and I'm really, really grateful for it. Pal1, take care, trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi Pal2, for those of you who chose Tarot Disassembled, this is going to be your reading, alright? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Alrighty, specifically for no contact and or separation situation, what is the next move towards you? King of Swords, Three of Wands, King of Wands, Five of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, King of Cups. Ooh, some major step up going on with your person right now. Enlightenment 7070. Safe. We have Atira. Confidence, Sunflower. I did get that with the King of Wands coming through. This person's coming in. I'll tell you, this person's coming in hot is what I've heard. But there's something very, very grounded about this person's energy. With the earth energy coming out with Atira, the only king that's missing is the King of Pentacles. And I feel like that is the last step in your person's embodiment to come forward. This person's coming in. I don't know what's gone down between the two of you, but it looks like there might have been some kind of fight, some kind of argument, some kind of split between the two of you. And I think that the ending was very painful when it did happen. This person may have resisted coming back. This person may not have been sure whether there was any future to this connection. They probably also thought that this was a dead end. Like both of your arguments or your fights, this person might have tried to walk away from this connection, but I don't think that they were very successful. I think that even though this person thought that they were walking away, this person might have kept looking at you, looking back at you. For some of you, could have been just stalking your social media. And there's something about your energy that this person can't just get rid of just because they declare it or just because they say they want to walk away from this connection. And that is something that your person's understood. And now it's kind of like they've given up resisting, and their next move towards you is to just accept. All right. So first they resisted, then now they're giving up with the resisting, which is why there's so much of this energy coming through. But the next move towards you is that they are going to embrace what they are feeling. There's a lot of pause energy right now, but trust me, Pal 2, things are working for you and for your connection, even though it might be absolutely still. All right, you might be, I guess I would say, a little bit confused because you're feeling all of this energy, but there's nothing happening on the surface. This person could be looking very nonchalant, this person could be posting happy stuff, or this person could just avoid you in person or even your text messages. But just know that there is a lot going on underneath the surface, and within this person there's a lot of clarity that's setting in. There's a lot of this confidence that's building within them to rebuild this connection. And I would not be surprised if there's been some kind of divine intervention with enlightenment coming out. It's kind of like the aha moment that's coming through for your person, but I also would not be surprised if your person has reached that point on their soul's journey where that information was given to them or it was opened up to them as well. There is confidence coming through, and your person is now recognizing that it's safe to move forward towards you, towards this connection. Like I said, a lot of resistance in the past. This person might have suspected that this connection was a trick, or they might have been worried about getting hurt. Very, very closed off energy, but that's coming through as past. That is the shift that's happening from being in this closed off energy, someone who didn't want to share their heart with anyone, someone who didn't want to get hurt, and because of that just closed their heart out. From that energy, your person has been working on themselves. Whether they know it consciously or not, they have been working on themselves, and they're starting to open their heart out for this connection. I would expect an apology from this person coming through. It seems to be like a very heavy emotional energy that is coming through, and that seems to be their next move. It seems to be more of an action rather than move. So first resistance, then giving up the resistance, then acceptance, and then coming forward and letting you know. There's a lot of I feel like walking forward towards the camera, and I feel like that's the energy of your person. They want to come towards you, and they're coming towards you, and it's probably going to be very, very emotional, very deep. And this person has matured in the time that both of you have been apart. This person has matured, and it's because they feel very, very safe in your energy that this person craves your energy. They want to be with you. They want to be in your energy, and that by itself has led to this resistance of this resistance that they're giving up, and future energies of their acceptance of what they feel for you. So with every step I take, I am connected to earth energy. So to me, I feel like all the four energies are together. Your person stepping in those very, very powerful energy, and they're going to come forward. Even though it's going to be very emotional, it's going to be very solid and steady. You're going to feel them being confident and secure and safe about how they feel. Like first off, your person has to feel safe within themselves, the feelings that they have, all of those emotions. And they're at the point where today they're accepting that, okay, this is where I am at. All right, I feel this way about this person, and I've tried to run away from this situation, from my feelings, but it's only kept growing. I might as well accept it. Like that's the transition, but that's where they're getting to. And it looks like this person wants to come forward and talk to you about it, let you know where they're at. With the King of Swords and the King of Cups coming out, it's going to be very clear communication, but emotional. And because we have earth energy coming out, it's also going to be very, very stable. Big energy is coming through in your reading over here, Pal 2. So I would expect communication. I would expect communication in 3D to be to be particular about that. I'm stumbling across my words. I don't know if you've noticed, but stumbling across my words. So I think that your person might be practicing what to say or how to say it, or they might be going through various situations. With the King of Swords coming out for your person, I think that they might be someone who needs to think things through, like, okay, if this doesn't work out, then what would I do? If they say yes, then what would I do? If they say no, but then I say this and then they say yes to that, then what would I do? So it's kind of like those mind mapping that's going on in your person's mind right now, and I feel that happening in my mind as well. So I think that this person might just want to make themselves feel completely safe and secure to share their feelings, and that's why they need to map things out. But don't worry, that is translating into their confidence building and them coming forward, reaching out to you. And I think that first off, your person is in an energy where they realize that they've lost all this time keeping everything to themselves. Rather, they could have spent that time working with you on this connection. Both of you would have been so far along. But at the same time, as a neutral party over here, I think that your person needed to go through that process to understand that they were withholding joy from themselves as well. Not just, yeah, you're blocking your heart because you don't want pain, but you're also blocking out joy. You're also blocking out happiness. You're also blocking out peace, And I think that your person needed to go through that path in order to understand that so that they can fully open themselves up. So a lot of maturing that's happening on all fronts, actually, with your person. So I would say expect some big stuff from this person. For some of you, it's taken time with the Three of Wands. It's taken time to get here. Would not be surprised if it's taken years for your person to get to this point, but they're here. They're ready. Message or advice? Yes. With the Rose coming out, I do think that this person is ready to come forward, but I am also noticing the thorns over there, all right? So there's probably a few bumps that both of you will have to work things out. It's not going to be smooth sailing. There's still certain things that you have to work together, but this person's ready. A lot of lion imagery coming out with here and with this over here. The same lion, is it? It's pretty much the same lion, different color. Yeah. So I would say fiery energy is coming through. And for some of you, white dress. Wedding bells, I hear. For some of you, Christmas could be significant. I am getting that energy. But for all of you, I feel like you manifested this. I think that you let this person go. You surrendered. You just said if it's meant to be, it will be, and it will happen when it has to. And I think that you focused a lot on your life, on loving yourself, on your own healing journey. So you've brought this into existence. All right, so of course, even though you've manifested this is coming out of your person's free will. And they're coming towards you, all right? For some of you, I am seeing long distance. Maybe this connection ended because both of you were not able to get on the same page about distance. Whatever it is that caused the separation between the two of you, your person understands that they're no longer that person, and they feel good about themselves. The reason that they're coming forward is because they're starting to feel good about themselves. They're starting to see their own worth. And because of that, they're recognizing your worth and the worth of this connection in their life. They're feeling good enough for it, right? So I would expect communication. I would expect big stuff coming through, like even a proposal in the works for some of you with respect to this person, all right? So, and it seems with the King of Cups coming out, I would say a little bit slow, but it's coming. I think you can already feel the energy shift, all right? Pile 2, this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. But if this is where you'd like to leave me, then I just want to say thank you so much for all your love and positive energy, whether it's with the like, share, subscribe, comments, the tips to send, watching my page ads. Those are the ways that I feel your love and positive energy, and I'm really, really grateful for it. Pile 2, take care, trust your intuition. You always have free will. We'll catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.